to me, the Grammys they're the Holy Grail. If you're a musician, that's what you always dream of. You know, you dream of a Grammy. I mean, unexpected for me was where you think you've made it. You think, I came to town to be a songwriter. And I remember when I first got my first publishing deal to write songs for a living, I thought, I made it, you know. And then you think, if I can just get one song that I've written on the radio, I've made it. And then that happens, and you think, if I could get a record deal, I've made it. And then if I can get a song #1, I've made it. And it's really not about that. What I've determined is there isn't really that moment where you've made it. It's about the journey. So I was incredibly blown away to get 4 nominations, performing on the Grammys. It's actually a really good time for us because we're in the middle of our tour. We're performing every night. To get to play on the Grammys is another thing that you dream of. Well, I think for me, we are here because of our live show. I mean, there was a point in time where we couldn't play any place but rock places because we were deemed that we were way too rock and roll for country venues and weren't allowed to play them. So what's interesting to me is we found out who we were and we found out who our fans were in those venues we didn't think we'd ever be in. On the Outsiders album, there's a song called Dark Side. It's about, I was a dad for the first time, and to sit down as a father and write, I'm not a lullaby guy. It was really something to really figure out how that was going to come out of me. People come up to me all the time and they go, man, that record's weird, and I go, thank you. That whole period on the back half of the album is a trip in itself. And I think that a lot of it, if you're listening to the album, that's kind of where you kind of, you know, your head jerks over to the side a little bit, and that's what it's for. I don't think people would expect it, especially on the record that came out of Nashville. And that's what's most fun for me, is expectation-wise, trying to take them somewhere where people haven't been before. Let the spirit move, let the people play it from here, not here, and see what you come up with. And I think if you do that, you end up with the best stuff.